Good morning. It's April 23rd, 2017. My name is Jim Whitley, and I'm going to share with you this here weekend review, and we're going to look ahead. As always, be sure that you are trading your plan. So if we take a look at our mindset signals, we finally have, the major indexes that are showing a buying mindset. If we look at bonds, they're still fairly neutral. Real estate's been, rocking along. Overseas and emerging markets are, kind of neutral there. Skip down to some of the sectors here. I mean, IBB is still in its little bit of a struggle, but showing neutral signals. Like home builders and things like that are still being bought. Energy is still being sold. Financials have had their struggles as well, but are in a neutral mindset. Things like staples and utilities are still showing somewhat of a buy mindset, and believe it or not, retail too. Let's take a look at some charts. So on the weekly chart of the SPY, we have the 11-week moving average at 233.69. Did kind of go inside here on the week. If we take a look at this on the daily, I mean, since the beginning of March has been kind of our descending trend line. Right now that comes in around 236.50. The 22-day on the SPY is at 234.69. So right around that area. The 50-day does come in at 233.54. On the hourly, it's kind of interesting. I don't know if we have a channel starting here on a short term to move higher. The Dow still has that descending 22-day, which is at 205.97. The Qs, the 22-day here is starting to turn itself back up here again after this little blip. Right now the 22-day on that is at 131.56. MACD is starting to cross there a little bit. It's kind of interesting here also with things on the hourly. We may have some sort of upward channel happening. IWM from that beginning of March actually peaked up above that descending trend line with the small caps. It did that Thursday, then Friday came down, touched it, and did hold it, even though we have some indecision here on the candle. So we're gingerly in there too to see if we can move that a little bit higher. Bonds, like I said, kind of in neutral here. The 22-week on the bonds, TLT would be 122.16, which interestingly that's going to correspond with our 22-day as well at 122.05. See, we got a fib line here at 123. Overseas, the developed market stuff kind of flatlined. 22-day here is at 61.81, and the emerging markets, the 22-day is going to be 39.24. IBB, 22-week moving average on IBB. I mean, it's kind of everything's starting to cluster here around this 286.43 area. If we take a look at that on the daily, going way back here, we were trading wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we thought we had A, B, and C, and then next thing you know, we're heading into this sideways to down sort of action. The 22-day low on it is 285.85. And taking a look at the home builders, 37.75 is going to be a line to break here if we want to go a little higher. That's a weekly chart. On the daily, we can see how we are pinned, right up towards the top. The 22-day is going to come in here around $37. XLE, the energy stuff, been, really descending here. Right now, we're down here. We have some steps of support, but that's going to lead us right down here. Should these not hold, it's going to lead us down here to the Fibonacci area around $64. So we have to see if we're going to be able to, get some life back in the energy stocks or not. It's almost the same deal with financials. I mean, we have that 23 area. It's at what, 2289 is the 22-day low on that, and there's some support here, you know, around that $22 area as well. We are still underneath the 50-day at 2367. Technology. We are above the 22-day moving average here at 52, which is at 52.93. MACD is starting to perk up on that too. Utilities, we've been watching this like forever to try to get to this 53 top area. If you look at this on the daily, we're kind of flirting around, hugging around, bouncing back and forth this tennis net of a 22-day at 51.54. The 50-day does come in at 50.98, so right around $51. Taking a look at healthcare, I had this blip that came down here, you know, around that 72.50, 72.25 area. The 22-day here is at 74.19. We are underneath that still. Consumer discretionary had a pretty good week, so the 11-week moving average there has been holding at the moment, which is at 86.68. On the daily chart there, you're going to see that the 22-day then is at 87.40. Price right now is above all the moving averages. MACD not too bad. And retail, I don't know why we're buying retail, but they are right now. The 50-week moving average here is 43.54. Kind of came up and tagged it and retweeted. It sounds like a tweet type thing. Retreated. I can say it. Okay. Here we go with the daily on that. You know, the 50-day here is at 42.45. It is up above that. It's above the 5-day moving average as well. The 22-day comes in at 42.16. So that will do it for our weekend overview. I'll look forward to catching up with you tomorrow. You can connect with me on Twitter and Facebook at Whitley Trading. Emails can be sent to jimwhitleytrading@gmail.com. Catch you later.